All right, day 2 of multiplying decimals. Here are the steps of how to multiply. Yesterday I asked you to review step 1, remembering how do I multiply a multi-digit number. So step 1 in multiplying decimals is just multiply. Ignore the decimals. Step 2, count how many numbers are behind the decimal in the factors. Step 3, move the decimal from the back in the product according to how many times you counted in number 2. So today we're going to focus on number 2 and number 3. Today, get excited, you don't actually have to multiply. Today I'm going to give you the answer and you just have to add the decimal. So let's look at some problems. Okay, so I have this first problem right here. 2 times 5 and 26 hundredths. Now, the answer's already been solved. They did step 1 for me. The product is 1052, but obviously I'm missing a decimal. So to figure that out, I count how many numbers are behind a decimal here. Well, there is no decimal, so there's 0 numbers. How many numbers are behind a decimal here? Well, here's my decimal, and there's 1, 2. I add those numbers together, 0 plus 2. My answer is 2. So now I have to add the decimal into the product. So I go to my answer, 1052. I start from the back, and I move the decimal 2 times from the back to the front. Okay, this does not count. That's 1, 2. My decimal goes there. Okay, let's take a look at another problem. 7 and 1/10 times 2 and 15 hundredths. Okay, thank goodness they did step 1, multiply for me. So I have to do step 2 and step 3. I count how many digits are behind the decimal. Here's my decimal, there's 1 digit behind it. Plus, here's my decimal, there's 2 digits behind it. 1 plus 2 is 3. So I move my decimal 3 times from the back in my product. So here's my answer, my product. I start from the back, I move 3 times. 1, 2, 3. My decimal goes there. Okay, 2 more. The multiplication problem is 5 and 222 thousandths times 5 and 63 hundredths. Okay, again, thank goodness they did the product for me. In your assignment, I did the product for you. You were required to add the decimal. Okay, step 2, count how many numbers are behind the decimal. So here's my decimal, 1, 2, 3, plus, here's my decimal, 1, 2. So I'm moving my decimal 3 plus 2, 5 times from the back to the front. Here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My decimal goes between the 9 and the 3. Okay, last problem. 9 and 77 hundredths times 5 and 4 tenths. Okay, again, step 1 has already been done. They multiplied for me. Step 2, I'm required to do. Okay, there's my decimal. There's 2 digits behind it. Plus, here's my decimal. There's 1 digit behind it. So that means I move my decimal 3 times. I go back to my product, start from the back, and I move it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And there's my answer. Okay. In your Google Classroom, you have an assignment. There's 9 questions. Again, I did the multiplication. I gave you the answer. You're required to add the decimal.